are we in touch with an alien civilization? Well, that's what Professor Simon is saying. So let's talk about that and a lot else besides. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, so Professor Simon says he has a contact within the European version of SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and they have been in contact with an alien civilization since 2019. They received a communication from the civilization and established contact in real time. Not having, because it's 11 light years away, so it would take 11 years to get there. Under normal circumstances, a communication would take 11 years going at light speed, but he says they use quantum tunneling to have instantaneous real-time communication with this civilization. And he says that they're keeping this secret from the public. But they are establishing with the UN a 25-year disclosure plan, and a lot of what we're seeing with David Grush, etc., is all part of that. Now, do I believe that? No. I mean, maybe they did receive a communication from an alien civilization. I mean, it's totally possible that happened and that part of the information is correct. But, you know, we've been working with the beings for a long time. There have been countless people, abductees, contactees, who have seen human and government officials working alongside the beings during abductions. So yeah, we've been working with beings for a whole long time. Obviously, disclosure began before 2019. You know, you could say it began in 2017 when Lou Elizondo came out of the UFO closet and brought us those 3 videos with a little help from Chris Mellon and Tom DeLonge and others. And, you know, really changed the world, also with help from Leslie Kane and Ralph Blumenthal, getting this information out there. So that's really when disclosure began, with Lou Elizondo coming out. And of course, you could trace it all the way back to Skinwalker Ranch, and you know, you could go back decades. But yeah, it didn't begin in 2019. With all due respect to Professor Simon, I think this is really exciting information. And you know, it'd be so cool if we were in touch with an alien civilization and on a distant planet in real time. I think that is really cool, and I want to hear more details about that. Hopefully, he'll be able to provide them. Meanwhile, check this out. Ross Coulthart is going to Egypt, and he's going on a tour, and you can go there too. I'm not getting paid by Ross, but I would love to go on this thing. It's in November, and yeah, they are going on a tour of Egypt with some other people like Nick Cook, and yeah, it sounds kind of exciting. I wish I could go. Hey, maybe I will. Check it out. The Transcendence of Consciousness, Ancient Egypt Uncovered. Join us on the adventure of a lifetime as we hunt for the signatures to attaining higher consciousness in plain sight across the eternal kingdom of secrets. Explore the sites, including exclusive and unique private access visits, and listen to talks from Nick Cook and Ross Coulthart alongside lawyer and researcher J.P. Haig and Muhammad Ibrahim. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. Let me know. Are you planning to go to Egypt with Ross in November? Meanwhile, this UFO video, or a man-made UFO video, is making the rounds lately. I think it was brought out by Christian Harloff and his team. And some are saying this is the video that Lou Elizondo was talking about the real triangle UFO that's in the public domain. Is that it? You know, who knows? Who knows? Is that CGI? It's a little dodgy at the end when it shoots off or the camera goes down. Yeah, now it's gone. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? Probably CGI, but you never know. Oh, and here's an article that was sent to me by several people. We know what Foo Fighters that buzzed Second World War pilots really were, say scientists. Yeah, and hopefully y'all know about the Foo Fighters in the World War II. They were seeing these UFOs. in the skies over the battlefields. And, the idea of this article and these scientists is that they are plasma beings, that the lights in the sky they were seeing were living entities that were plasma beings. And I will let you read the article at your leisure to get all the juicy information. But that's the gist of it. And, hey, there could totally be plasma beings. I'm cool with that. I like that idea. However, according to the research of noted UFO researcher Wendell Stevens, the Foo Fighters weren't just balls of light in the sky. They were luminous orbs, just like there are now. But that's exactly the point. The objects they were seeing in the skies over World War II were the exact same objects we're seeing now, according to the work of Wendell Stevens that I've covered before. I've talked about this on a previous episode in more detail, but Wendell says that they were seeing, saucers, they were seeing cigar-shaped objects, they were seeing, triangles, orbs, the whole range of, activity that we're seeing today. I don't know if they were seeing jellyfish UFOs or flying pyramids or some of the crazier stuff, but who knows, they may have been. Either way, according to Wendell, and he's a very well-respected UFO researcher who did a deep dive into the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters were exactly what we're seeing today. They weren't just luminous balls, so they weren't all just plasma beings. Now, who knows, maybe plasma beings are responsible for some UFOs. I think that's fascinating and, totally possible, of course, until we find a plasma being and talk to it. The jury's still out on that. Really interesting science that's being done and interesting conjecture. But personally, I'm not buying that as the explanation for the Foo Fighters, but let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, I've talked a lot about the apocalyptic New World modalities and the various apocalyptic modalities. And of course, you get the New World after the apocalypse, unfortunately, in many of these modalities. You have to end the old world to begin the new world, according to a lot of this stuff. I've talked a lot about the weird synchronicity or whatever you want to call it, that many of these modalities occur between 2026 and 2033. And there's 6 or 7 of them that I've talked about that are possible apocalyptic modalities that have that time frame as the date when this is going to occur. And now we have one more to add to that list. Daryl Linka, Bashar, I think he's talked about this before, but this is the first time I'm seeing this. Hat tip to Dennis for letting me know about this. Well, Bashar, and if you don't know Bashar is an entity channeled by Daryl Linka. And many people hold his words in high regard. And I don't know enough about it. I haven't seen the corroboration of what Bashar has to say. I do believe people channel entities that are real, and this is a real thing. But I do like to see some corroboration. And if you've seen that, let me know. So Daryl Linka / Bashar is saying that we are going to have open contact between 2026 and 2027. And many people think that is what is going to start the new world, right? This open contact with the phenomenon. And that is going to usher in, the ascension or the age of Aquarius, ascending into the 5th dimension, that whole sort of thing. Hopefully without necessitating the destruction of the old world, that would be a bummer. So, so just add Bashar's prophecy to one more piece of corroboration of that time frame. Who knows? But very interesting. Meanwhile, check this out. That's pretty cool. That'd be my reaction too. Of course, I would have died in the first half second. But yeah, amazing reflexes from that guy. Wow. Meanwhile, keep this in mind. A new update to the Mexican and Peruvian UFO disclosure in under 10 days. Yeah, look at that. We got the timeline. February 12th is when the shoe is going to drop. The next shoe is going to drop. So bring it on, Mexico and Peru. I can't wait to see what you got. Last but not least, check this out. This is really interesting. The stone carvings on the walls of the, I'm not going to even attempt that word, temple in Numal Nadu in India depict the process of human conception and birth. If the different stages of pregnancy surprise no one, the depiction of fertilization is simply unthinkable. Thousands of years before the discovery of these very cells, before ultrasound and the microscope, a detailed process of how cells meet, merge, and grow in a woman's womb is carved on a 6,000-year-old temple. What? What? That's crazy. But that's sure what it looks like, doesn't it? The sperm and the egg. How did they know that 6,000 years ago? If you have any clue that doesn't involve aliens or contact with higher wisdom, let me know in the comments below. Maybe this is inherited wisdom from Atlantis or some ancient lost civilization like that. I don't know. Maybe this is all BS. Always possible, guys, but I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts. Just to let you know, I'm going to be interviewing Michael Herrera, famous UFO whistleblower, hopefully later today. And I may have that interview for you today. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. But yeah, so get excited about that. Get pumped. It's going to be a fantastic interview. I think Michael has some new information to share with us about what he has learned. So it's going to be gangbusters, guys. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And I'll see you then. Please give a like and a subscribe and all that good stuff. Buy some merch in the merch store. Become a channel member to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.